All right, what's up, VC? Different film location, same house. All right, Chris Propfe from Musically Obsessed, that's his channel. He was watching Frank from 33 RPM, and Frank was showing off his tape cassette collection, which, that's awesome. I love cassette tapes. And so Chris Propfe, hopefully I'm pronouncing his name right, Chris Propfe, did a vinyl thread, a cassette tape thread, where you show your favorite, some of your metal and rock and roll cassette tapes. And I'm a big fan of cassette tapes. Some of my first big music collection was on cassette tapes. And Jeff Witcher made a comment. I replied to my comment saying he likes cassette tapes because mainly nostalgia's, you know, and I'm very big on that also. Thing was, when I had my cassette tape collection, I had like the big bag with all the rows. Once I got CDs, as I got older, I kind of loaned one tape out to the other. I had a truck that had a cassette tape player, so I had my tapes in there, and some friends would see my tapes and you borrow tapes, and then I loaned some to my stepdad back in the day. I remember he had my Breeders, which I had on cassette tape back in the day. I still have my recorded version I made, which has, I'll show it, probably one of my older, the Breeders' first album on one side, and then Soundgarden's Bad Motor Finger on one side. And just got all the song titles written on the back. I mean, this is like, you had to listen to the whole, which is awesome. You listen to the whole album, stop it on time, all that good stuff. So anyways, and we'll just start off with this one. One of my old ones that I made when I was a kid has Soundgarden, Bad Motor Finger. Great album. And also has Breeders, Pod. And sadly enough, the person who had this cassette tape originally, she passed away recently. She was my sister's roommate and good friend, and then became a friend of mine, and then she disappeared, and I heard she's no longer with us, but I still have this recording that I made from her tape, and I have a record she actually gave me, so music's awesome. So, next album. We'll just go for it. Exodus, Good, Friendly, Violent, Fun. What's up? Nice album. Got this one for pretty cheap. A lot of these are not from my original collection. A few are. Some survived, but most of these I've been able to recollect. Living Color has a song called The Personality on here. When I was a kid, this whole album's good, but that song was on MTV. That's how I found out about him. And the guitar player just kills it. I'm for some reason drawing a blank on his name right now, which I shouldn't. Usually it pops right in my head. Vernon Reid. Sorry. Vernon Reid. Amazing musician, amazing band. If for some reason you haven't heard of them, stream it immediately. Typo Negative. Huh? You gotta have some vampire music. I always felt like he was a vampire. I feel like I didn't like his music when I was younger, and then it just hit me one day. I want to hear some Typo Negative. Slow, deep, and hard. Cool album. Judas Priest, Painkiller. I got to see this tour. That's how I seen Megadeth for the first time. So this has a great album, a lot of nostalgic. Last album I'm pretty sure they did before they separated for a little while, and then they got back together later on. SOD, Live at Budokan. Rad, some thrash on cassette tape. We'll just stick with this theme. DRI, Dealing With It, which I have also on vinyl. Awesome album. Bad Brains, Eigenstein. What you know about Bad Brains? They're awesome. You know what? I'm gonna throw this out there because this is just a good album. Veruca Salt, American Thighs. The song Seether was a big hit off this album. So, yeah, what you know? Beastie Boys, Check Your Head. Still wrapped brand new from back in the original cassette tape back in the day. It's gotta show it. This isn't rock or metal, but It's getting snuck in there. It's getting snuck in there. Body Count. Now, you're getting excited. This isn't the first one. This is the one without the song that was controversial. But still great to have. When we were kids, this came out when I was in elementary school. And, for some reason, this album was like scary to us. Love it. Megadeth. Now, Peace tells me who's buying one of my favorite albums. Last album with Chris Poland until he came back later on, who's now a jazz fusion player. What's crazy, when I was a kid, my neighbor down the street, like 4 houses down the street, she had this huge garage sale back in the day, and she had all her cassette tapes for sale, and she had like so much metal, and I bought a few. I think one Megadeth I got Rest in Peace. I should have bought them all though. She had every Megadeth. I just didn't know. It was so little at the time. And I should have just got the whole collection off of her. I have to show this because this is an original one. Got beat, played a lot. I had this when I was a kid. I remember hearing Blackened for the first time. I knew this album because of the song One on MTV, but hearing Blackened for the first time blew my mind. Whole album's good, even though you can't hear the bass guitar. I didn't know better as a kid. Pantera, Revolver Display of Power. Come on. Killer tape, killer album. Cassette tape, I do think the drums sound better on cassette tape. Sepultura Roots. What's up? Now I'm not going to go on forever because it's just be way too long. But we'll go on for a little while. Suicidal Tendencies, Lights, Camera, Revolution. You Can't Bring Me Down. It's Alone. Lovely. Lovely. Because as long as I feel lovely. Dude, he was making spiritual memes into his songs before that was even trendy. Another good Suicidal. Some Danzig. This is the only Danzig I have on cassette tape. I wish I had the other. I wish I had the first 3. Some Helmet. Great album. Meantime. Have it on vinyl also. Have most of these on vinyl also. Alright. Somewhere on here was a misprint. I couldn't find it last time. Anyways, this is White Zombies. Make Them Die Slowly. It says somewhere. I think on the disc it says Let Them Die Slowly somewhere else. Either way, this is one you don't usually see. This is right when they were starting to sound like the White Zombie of the Beavis and Butthead years. Nirvana and Incesticide. This was a big deal. I remember when I got this because it was like, wait, this isn't new stuff. Nirvana had made its old stuff that they released afterwards. So as a kid, I didn't understand that, but so I was like, what the hell's going on? I didn't know they had made a bunch of music. Figured this all out, obviously, before there was the internet, but still one of my favorite albums. Killer artwork that was done by Kurt Cobain. And we'll just show the other 2. Now, this is an original Bleach. I remember when I was a little kid, I had my dad take me to the Warehouse Records, and because someone had told me, like, you got to get, Nirvana has another record called Bleach, and it'll trip you out. And it did. I remember, like, wow. I just loved this album so much. Every song. And of course, this one was the one that everyone heard. Temple of the Dog, Pearl Jam. My sister got this for me for Christmas when I was a kid from Music Zone. This is not the original one. I wish I still had it. Temple of the Dog. I was so stoked to get this when I was a kid. Still stoked to listen to it now. Alrighty. Primus suck on this. This is one of the first cassette tapes I bought. This is why I love live albums. Well, there's a few more things why I love live albums, but one of my first records I got, I didn't know. This is the only Primus they had at the time, so I got it. It was live. Loved hearing the crowd. It's awesome. Stone Temple Pilots, got to see this tour. I've already talked about it where I did episode albums that you have on all 3, cassette, CD, and vinyl. Obviously, great album. Core. Mother's Milk. This was my first Chili Peppers album I got when I was a kid. I had played this on my boombox that was kind of like, I don't think the speakers stuck to the side anymore, but anyways, that was my little stereo, and I would play this every day for months and would fall asleep to it because I couldn't believe how they sounded so good. And then this, I do have the original one. This was a gift from my stepdad for Christmas because he knew how much I loved the Chili Peppers. I didn't have the album yet, and man, this one is beat to hell because I read the lyrics obsessively. And then this is a reissue I got because good to have a new one. So that's some of the ones I have. That's the main rock ones. You know, I have GNR Lies. This is a good one. I remember when I was a kid. I think the song I Used to Love Her definitely caused some arguments amongst couples back in the day. And then this is an album. This is an original one bought from a G.G. Allin show back in the day. My sister's roommate picked up some hitchhikers that she coincidentally had already went to high school with, and they were listening to my little kid rants, and he said, you'll probably like this cassette tape. And he said, real quick though, let me write this girl's number down. There's some girl's number. So to be real, I guess I can't show you the picture of G.G. Allin laying here on the ground. No. But there was a girl's number. And the dude was like, let me write this down and you can have the cassette tape. And this just got reissued on vinyl. Now, I was almost tempted to maybe get the vinyl, but I don't really listen to G.G. Allin that much. His album, his old stuff, his really, really old stuff, his first stuff, is the best musically in my opinion. But when we were little kids, we used to listen to this as a joke just because the music was so horrible to us. We were like, one of my friends said, no wonder he has to like poop on stage. Nobody would listen to him otherwise. So, it's G.G. Allin. Whether you think that or not, who knows? And then, the Volume soundtrack, really good soundtrack. Need to get this on vinyl. Don't have yet. I'm really kind of sad about that. I've been thinking about it lately. Go to bed. I think World Peace or Pump Up the Volume. What's more important? And you know, I hate to say it, Pump Up the Volume. We need to get it on vinyl. So sorry, World Peace. You're gonna have to wait. I'm gonna show the Jane's Addiction. I had bought this from a garage sale when I was a little kid. Not the same garage sale I got the Megadeth, but there was a garage sale on Lang Street. Yeah, my bass player. What's up? Shout out. Hey, Christine. What's up? All right. So those are tapes. This could go on for a while. That was mainly all the metal and rock ones. What's up? Get involved. All right. It was Chris Propfe, who has an amazing channel. Go like and subscribe. Go subscribe to his channel. Go like some of his videos. Go comment. Musically Obsessed. Chris Propfe, Musically Obsessed is the name of his channel. He got this idea from watching Frank over there at 33 RPM, who was talking about his cassette collection. And then I discovered this thread through Aaron, Mother Alabama, watching his channel, which is another great channel. Go like and subscribe. Go like and subscribe to all the damn channels. They're freaking epic. And unless you don't want it, we don't want it. We're not about forcing anybody to do anything. Except buy more vinyl. All right. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe to my channel if you feel like it. And stay positive. Play vinyl and cassette tapes now. I mean, you gotta do it. You gotta do it. Thanks, guys. Bye.